Hey, welcome back to Learning to Take Money with Sean. Today we're going to be talking about nuclear stocks. We're going to be dealing with uranium, thorium, and everything that comes along with it. Thanks for coming by, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. All right, let's jump right into it. To get started, we're going to talk about nuclear versus solar versus wind versus coal versus hydro. Why would I choose nuclear? Isn't it dangerous? Hasn't it caused massive issues in the planet? Didn't we just have Fukushima a few years ago? What about Chernobyl? These are all valid questions, but I've got good answers. So here's the deal. Nuclear, believe it or not, is statistically the safest form of energy production in all of world's history. You can look it up for yourself. Now, there may have been a couple of events that were pretty scary, to say the least, but the fact of the matter is, those events pale in comparison to the events that we've experienced in all other facets of energy production. Now, if we're talking about money, nuclear is extremely expensive to create the facilities to do these things. However, they are long-term, they are sustainable, and their return on investment is far, far superior on nuclear versus any other sustainable energy product. Now, I know this may be a hard pill to swallow, but unfortunately, in this country, we've been taught to hate nuclear energy. We've been shown certain specific events, we've been taught certain specific things that make us want to get away from it and go towards things like wind, solar. The facts are, it just doesn't bear out. Nuclear is the way to go, has been the way to go, and will be the way to go moving forward. Now, if this country actually wants to get to zero carbon emissions, the only way to achieve that is nuclear. Let me show you what I mean. Now, the facts as they stand are that nuclear, wind, and hydro energy produce the least amount of carbon of any energy options we currently have available. Will things change in the future? It's possible. We may find new elements, we may find new methods of energy production that we don't even know about today. But as it currently stands, nuclear is at the bottom of the tier when it comes to carbon footprint. It's not perfect, but almost. And when it comes to longevity of the product, uranium in particular is almost an infinite supply of energy. Now that's a pretty impressive statistic. Okay, so I think I've made my case for why I'm going nuclear and why I'm thinking that's the way to go forward in regards to energy production and also in regards to investing. So now let's talk about the players in the field. Who are they? What's their names? And how can you get a hold of them? All right, so we're here on a website called thestockdork.com, believe it or not. And they've put together a pretty comprehensive website. Definitely a great page in regards to the best top 9 nuclear power stocks that are currently available to us. So let's go ahead and get started here. Number 1, we've got Exelon Corporation, which is available on the NASDAQ exchange. Exelon is a corporation and American nuclear energy provider headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. The company is known for being the largest nuclear power plant operator in the country, which at this point, to be honest, is not saying much, but it is the case. Number 2, we've got Centrus Energy Corporation, New York Stock Exchange, American. Centrus Energy is an American venture headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland, that supplies and offers nuclear fuel and services for different clients in the U.S. and in other countries. We've also got BWX Technologies Incorporated, New York Stock Exchange as well. This is another American supplier of nuclear components, technologies, and fuel to different nuclear plants operated within the United States. So this company's a little bit more centric in regards to providing the needed materials and parts for other companies to operate. That's a good sign. They're not very specific in their business. They're much more broad in their business, and in turn gives you much better opportunity. Something to look at. Next in line, we've got Energy Fuels, New York Stock Exchange, with a ticker that you won't soon forget. UUUU. Energy Fuels is the leading U.S. producer of uranium and vanadium. The company owns the only operating conventional uranium mill in the United States, and that's located in southeast Utah. Very interesting. We've also got Uranium Energy Corporation, the UEC, New York Stock Exchange. Uranium Energy is an American uranium mining and exploration venture based in Corpus Christi, Texas. It aims to satisfy the world's ever-increasing demand for cheaper and cleaner energy production through its products. And that is absolutely the case. America is heading to nuclear. Now we've got Cameco Corporation, which is actually a Canadian-based company. New York Stock Exchange symbol CCJ. And Cameco Corporation is Canadian Uranium Mining Corporation headquartered in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It is currently the world's biggest publicly traded uranium company and is the third largest producer of uranium in the world. Big news. Now those guys, if you're interested, is definitely one to invest some time in. It's like I always tell you, investigate stocks. Don't just invest in stocks. Take some time, read about them, figure out who they are, what they are, who's in control, and if it's a feasible investment for you. These are all going to be long-term options. None of this is going to be a quick gainer. Now moving forward, for you people who are interested in ETF style stocks, what we've got here is Uranium Royalty Corp, NASDAQ UROY. Now, by acquiring, managing, and developing different uranium-related assets, Uranium Royalty Corp works as the pure-play uranium firm. The company invests in different uranium interests like royalties, streams, debts, equities, and actual resources across different companies in the same industry. It manages a portfolio of some 15 locations across the United States, Canada, and Namibia, while claiming royalties on most of them. Physical uranium holdings at present are over 1 million pounds, with the average cost of uranium over $37 per pound. We've got Denison Mines Corp., New York Stock Exchange American, DNN ticker symbol. Denison explores for and develops uranium for the Saskatchewan region of Canada. The company holds on to 95% of the Wheeler River Uranium Project while maintaining several interests in other mines around the area. We've got UR Energy Incorporated, URG ticker symbol, New York Stock Exchange. Now, UR Energy engages itself in the exploration, mining, recovery, and processing of uranium. The company's facility in Wyoming was recently granted an expansion to produce up to 2.2 million pounds of uranium per year. That is huge. Definitely worth keeping your eye on it. It's helped the share price on this unit increase 60% over the last year alone. Now you missed that one. Don't miss the next one. Again, these are not short, quick gainers, although this one appeared to be. These are long-term investments, and they should be treated as such. Now for this video in particular, I just simply wanted to touch on 9 stocks that you can keep your eye on. I'll be spending the next few weeks diving into individual companies separately and giving you a little better eye on what I've been investigating and what I've been finding, and we'll hopefully get a little bit better clarity on some good positions and good places to put your money. After all, it's hard-earned, I'm sure. So let's get involved with this stuff. Let's take some time on your own accord, and by all means, go through these stocks and let me know what you've been finding. Comment below. I love to converse with my people. I would love to have more conversations in regards to the things that I'm talking about. And by all means, if you've got something that I've said that you disagree with, let's talk about it. I'm not a stranger to that type of conversation at all. So let's get involved. Let's make some comments down below. Let's investigate these things together. And let's see if we can't work together to create a little bit better financial situation for everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming. Hopefully this helped you. And if it did, pass it on to someone else that you think might be able to gain some benefit as well. This is Sean, learning to take money, and we'll see you next time.